Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, November 17, 2016. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Fifth form student of the St. Vincent Girls High School, Rhea Oliver, was last evening adjudged the winner of the 2016 Lions Club South National Secondary Schools Public Speaking Competition, sponsored by Flow. The event saw 6 zonal finalists battling in 3 rounds of competition as they presented their main speech, student-prepared speech, and an impromptu speech. We hear more on how the competition went down in this report from SVG-TV's Nikita Tony.
On the main topic, the recently enacted Cybercrime Act, with all its virtues, can suppress fundamental rights and freedom. 6 secondary school students were given the opportunity to showcase their public speaking skills as finalists in the 2016 Flow Lions Club St. Vincent South Secondary Schools Public Speaking Competition on Wednesday evening at the Russell's Auditorium. Noting that the competition seeks to develop the communication skills of participants as well as raise awareness on national issues, President of the Lions Club St. Vincent South, Lion Dr. Joseph Davey, said since inception the organization has and continues to provide quality service to the Vincentian public.
For 25 years, being this our 26th year of competition when we took it over from the JCs, we do indeed would like to express our pleasure in continuing this competition. We have been responsible for many valuable projects, such as numerous health fairs covering issues such as breast and prostate cancer, diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, and the list goes on. So this work is much needed, and when we do take off these vests and get into our t-shirt, we do work.
Noting that topics formulated for the competition promotes critical thinking, which aids in student development, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Deborah Charles, commended the Lions Club South for seeing it fit to invest in the overall development of SVG.
They would have critically analyzed the information that they would have researched. I am quite sure that tonight a number of qualities in their arguments will be presented to all of us, which would help to inform even our own discourse when we go out to the public.
Noting that the 30-year-old flagship event has been a must on the national calendar, Country Manager of Flow St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Wayne Hull, said the competition continues to grow and reach more students across SVG.
I want to show you that Flow's commitment to this competition remains even solid as we move forward, even spanning over these 3 decades under several brands, as was mentioned before. We have also continued our investment in the event, where we help develop it and expand the reach of the competition.
Taking the top spot in the 2016 competition was Rhea Oliver of the St. Vincent Girls High School, who won the main prepared speech category. Oliver also received a 2-year scholarship from Flow of $1,600 annually. First runner-up went to Rashid Fontenelle of the St. Vincent Grammar School, who walked away with a 2-year scholarship valued at $1,000 annually, while second runner-up and winner of the student-prepared speech was Andre Spring of the Georgetown Secondary School, who also received a 2-year scholarship of $500 annually. Jamal February of the Mountain View Adventist Academy was adjudged the winner of the impromptu speech category. The other competitors were Jamaria De Freitas of the Bishop's College Kingstown and Rowena Dabriel of the George Stevens Senior Secondary School. The winning school of St. Vincent Girls High School will receive $3,000 compliments Flow, which will go towards the funding of a school project. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
Students from primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions here have been displaying their talents and creativity in the areas of science and technology as the St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited (VINLEC) hosts its 2016 annual National Science and Technology Fair at the Peace Memorial Hall. Speaking with SVG Television News team earlier today, coordinator of the National Science Fair, Amala Mohammed, says this year's fair can be deemed a great success as it was able to gain the participation of many students who had a high degree of enthusiasm and creativity, which they displayed. Mohammed says next year's fair will be held under a different format and explained what changes would take place.
We have over 300 projects on display, and this fair we have about approximately over 400 students participating in the fair. So I say that this year is a success. However, next year we'll be looking at a different model of the fair, because as you look around, it's a lot, quite a number of students, and we are seriously looking at a different model. We are looking at having zonal component, and then having a national component. We think that this would not only increase interest in the fair, because once you have it at the zonal level, we envisage that we'll have greater participation from the schools, but also we would increase the quality of the projects, because now you have to make it to the national level. And between the zonal phase and the national phase, we'll have some time to develop the projects. So we are looking forward to that different model of the fair, hopefully from 2017 onward.
And just to say that the fair took place at the Methodist Church Hall. Meantime, science teacher at the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Primary School, Theodore Trimingham, is heartened by the participation of students and says the fair is a platform which the students will utilize to develop their love and appreciation for science.
Third year in the science national competition. We are the defending champ, and we have won back-to-back, 2013, 2015, and this year we are trying to see if we can win again. I have over 80 students who have participated in this science exhibition. They love science, they have fun, and the beauty about science is that these children, when they do the practicals, they have seen the answers, and that is what motivated them. Because doing these practicals in the schools, it has motivated them, and their main objective is to be scientists, to become scientists in the future. And the beauty about it, they are developing knowledge and scientific skills.
SVG Television caught up with some students in the secondary and tertiary categories who explained a bit more about their projects.
College, and my presentation is about how antacids relieve heartburn. And what I did, I used two different brands of antacids, which are Tums and Dico, right? And the active ingredient in Tums is calcium carbonate, and the active ingredient in Dico is aluminum hydroxide. So I created two sets of artificial stomach acid and see which one would neutralize its stomach acid faster. And the calcium carbonate in the Tums worked faster than the aluminum hydroxide, in the Dico.
Project is the desk fan. Our purpose was to investigate energy conversion using the desk fan, and that's the desk fan. It is powered by a AA battery, and we basically made the desk fan to educate other people about energy conversion. And to teach, we wanted to show the steps of how energy is converted, like chemical energy, it's transformed into electrical energy and then into mechanical energy.
Mangroves and floods is basically to test whether with the presence of mangroves do in fact prevent or lessen water submerging onto the land. So basically with mangroves, if we have like a storm or tsunami or flood, it helps to break the waves so that it doesn't really flood out. And the results were correct.
So basically what would happen is water will fill into this top tank and flow into the second one. These two containers below are airtight. So as water displaces the air in this first container, air travels into the second one and forces water downwards and up this tube, and the water flows out into the first container again. So this creates a cycle that could basically run forever. And the water comes and hits this turbine, which is supposed to be connected to a dynamo. Right? The dynamo transmits the mechanical energy of the turbine into electrical energy, which could be carried onto a circuit and provide energy.
Some students at the primary level also took the opportunity to explain their projects.
As you can see, I'm doing a dual-powered dehydrator. It removes water from the food by the sun or electricity. The glass, the roof and the door is transparent so the sun can go in through the to dry the water out of the food. Yeah.
This is an active infrared sensor, which means it emits a heat beam across from each side. But when the heat beam is interrupted, it closes the electrical circuit, which will allow electricity to flow through the horn and to the light.
Give us a demonstration.
Okay. Readator.
Alright, how was it made?
I was in my science class and my teacher was teaching about circuits, and I came with the idea of making a readator.
And it could be used on any type of graph?
Yeah.
School, and my project is all about making animal feed from sweet cassava. So in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, ingredients to make animal feed is imported, like from the USA or Canada. And my chicken had to explain that it's getting a balanced meal every day, because you see how big it is and nice it is. I've been feeding it with cassava feed normally.
The community of Bookament is in mourning after one of their beloved villagers was gunned down last evening at his business place. Shopkeeper Edgar Reade, 60 years old, is this country's 6th homicide victim over a 4-day period. Earlier today, SVG-TV's Trildine Lewis visited the community of Bookament and files this report.
The police have launched an investigation into the death of 60-year-old shopkeeper Edgar Reade of Bookament. According to the police, he received a bullet to the forehead at about 7:40 p.m. on Wednesday, November 16th, during a robbery at his business place.
I just left from the shop. As I went, as soon as I stepped inside our house, because we live right there, I heard a gunshot. I pull in the door because I have my children inside. I pull in the door, and my sister started to say, suppose it's a brother, because he left and went in the other area. I started to open back, because it's my brother, but my sister ex-boyfriend was inside with us. And he said, close back the door, Nicole, because I sound like a gunshot and let them rob Reade. So I start to lock back the door and I start to cry to them. I said, oh God, let them rob Reade, boy. Then afterwards, I did hear talking, take them off. And then I said, take them off, because you wear a lot of gold and soap. Then he said, sit down. I said, sit down. Where money. But like he give them a little tussle up. And after that, you hear like the table move. After the table move, now you hear them say, kill it, man. And after this, it does pour again. And they kill him.
The assailants reportedly cut a hole at the back fence of Reade's property and confronted him, demanding money and his jewelry.
People was outside when they heard the gunshot and they eventually run because of the gunshot. When my daughter came out now, he saw Edgar lying in a pool of blood.
Okay, so they didn't know which direction the shooters ran?
The shooters ran that direction.
Many of the residents in Bookament are devastated over the gruesome murder of Papa Reade, as he is affectionately called, a man who they say was a pillar in the community and was much more than just a shopkeeper.
It was something for him. My daughter, who is a sickle cell, aimed to go to school, and he is a good help to me in any way. Right now, Ma'am, I don't have words to say. I don't know how to explain, but why? I asked the question, why they just take him out like that?
Villagers have been placing flowers at Reade's gate all morning to honor his memory.
I'm very sad right now. I didn't sleep last night. Up to now I didn't eat anything. When I come around and see my neighbor, they're lying on the ground with a bullet in his forehead. Oh my God, these people is wicked, and I hope that they catch the person who do this to him.
Students and teachers at the Bookament Bay Secondary School are also affected by the tragedy. The shop is located directly across from the school, and students frequently visited to purchase items.
He was a friend to the school and a friend to the students, a friend to the teachers, a friend to the community. When crimes like this happen, it always bear heavy on us, because to lose someone so close to the school is always a sad thing. We are concerned because we have quite a number of young men And we know that this is something that we must bring to their attention, that they must walk away from trouble at all times.
Reverend Eleanor Glasgow, who visited the scene today, appeals to the community to keep the faith and Vincentians to reflect on the spate of murders that have affected the country over the past few days.
Could it be that God is saying to us that we have gone astray and we need to come back to Him? Just a question that we all need to ponder on, that we have been going our own way and it is time for us to get back to God.
Reade's killing brings this nation's homicide count to 33. Treldine Lewis reporting for SVG-TV News.
Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is urging Vincentians to continue to uphold law and order, saying there is no need to be alarmed at this time. On a call-in radio program early this week, the Prime Minister, who is overseas on government business, empathized with the nation, which is grappling with 6 murders committed within the last few days. Dr. Gonsalves expressed his condolences to the affected families, stating that he is deeply torn and the nation should lend support to the grieving families.
This is a terrible, terrible tragedy. I am deeply, deeply torn apart with it. And asking all people to be calm. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and we, from last night, I've been praying. This morning, the families, and I ask the prayers for all the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I ask the churches also to pray for the family of the deceased. I know Sir Louis would be making a statement on the radio. I spoke to him. I spoke to one family already. I've tried to get the other families. I haven't been able to get them.
The National Security Minister acknowledged that it is a difficult time for the nation, but the police will do all in their powers to bring the perpetrators to justice. This country's main health facility, the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, continues to benefit from donations provided by non-governmental organizations and groups. Earlier this week, representatives of the hospital were on hand to receive a donation of health care supplies from Agape Samaritan International, a non-profit organization. The donation was made possible through the Lions Club Kingstown. Hospital Administrator Sister Grace Walters said the supplies would be put to good use and expressed her gratitude to the organizations, stating the donation is a timely one.
Today we are fortunate enough to receive a number of supplies from the Lions Club Kingstown, SVG. We are grateful as always for every little bit counts, every little bit of resource, every little bit of material, anything that we can get for use for patients at the facility. Every bit comes, and we're always so grateful because nothing is ever slighted and all are used. We are eternally grateful to Miss McLennan, who was the person who spearheaded the donation.
President of the Lions Club Kingstown, Maria Burke, said the club realizes the need for the continued development of this country's health sector, noting they are thrilled to have collaborated on the effort to make the donation possible.
Now, as a club, we realize that primary health care is of paramount importance in any country. And we also are cognizant of the fact that a government cannot and will not be able to provide all the health care that is needed. And so, as concerned citizens, as a service club, we take it upon ourselves to help in whatever way we can. Even as a club, we cannot provide all the resources as well. So in that case, we are always happy to partner with other organizations. We are happy to partner with any organization who can help us to help others. We should and we would always extend a hand because that's what we are here for.
Highlighting the efforts of her organization's voluntary works, representative of the Agape Samaritan International, Helen McLennan, said they have been contributing to the development of SVG for some time now and will continue to do so.
I have a friend from Ghana who does a lot of charity work, and she they're trying to set up, she does a lot of mission work, and they're trying to set up a hospital in the part of Ghana that she's from. And they go every year to do mission work over there. She has been wanting, since she met me and heard about about St. Vincent, she has been wanting to come down to St. Vincent and help down here too, and use me as the go-between to get there. 2 years ago we came down, there were 5 of us that came down and brought a lot more things because there were more people to travel to. And we brought a lot of things that we donated to the hospital.
A team of doctors and nurses stationed at the pediatric ward of the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital joined thousands worldwide in commemorating World Prematurity Day. Earlier today, a fundraiser by way of a bake sale was held on the hospital grounds. Speaking to SVG-TV News, medical officer stationed on the pediatric ward, Benika Ferdinand, spoke of the importance for pregnant women to stay healthy by checking in with their doctors regularly.
15 million babies are born worldwide preterm. About 1 million of those die, and prematurity is one of the leading causes of deaths in children less than 5 years old. So the message is really to, as pregnant, or even as you're getting pregnant, to please visit your doctors, get checked out. Risk factors would be stuff like high blood pressure, high blood sugar. If you're smoking, you're drinking, if you had a previous premature baby, or even if you're having like twins, triplets, there's a chance that you might have a preterm baby. You need to go to your doctor. Go to your doctor early and keep regular follow-ups with your clinic.
Other activities held to commemorate Prematurity Day include a color run from Arnisville to Heritage Square held last weekend, and tomorrow Vincentians are asked to wear purple. All proceeds for the activities will go to the neonatal intensive care at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. For more information, persons can contact the Facebook page Tiny Treasures Prematurity Awareness SVG. Without proper support and investment into theater arts, there will come a time when the art form becomes uninteresting and eventually dies. That's according to Drama Development Officer in the Ministry of Culture, Martin Kwashi, in his remarks at the opening ceremony of the 2016 National Secondary Schools Drama Festival on Wednesday, November 16th. Stressing the importance of having all stakeholders involved in the festival, especially the Ministry of Education, Kwashi expressed his dissatisfaction with how persons react to the festival and the art form in general.
How exciting it is when we see our young ones on stage. I'm exceedingly happy to see them on stage because these people are our future actors and actresses, and we have to support them by any means necessary. And when I see the principal come to support them, then we're in business. That is how it should be throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines with this drama festival and the school. Not like what is happening now. It is too loose. And I'm not really feeling proud of it at all. This is why I'm calling on the Ministry of Education to do something to make sure that this drama festival is maintained and has long life. Otherwise, with their disrespect, it would not reach anywhere. It just will suffer a natural death and dead. And if you're concerned about our students and children and theater arts in St. Vincent, we have to make a better effort in trying to get these students, come up to the point.
Pointing out that the Ministry of Culture stands committed to developing the art form, especially in schools, Kwashi called for the participation of more schools in the festival.
We have to make sure that we have, them in drama clubs, and I tell them I'm always here. That's my job, to make sure that the drama clubs are developed in the schools. I could come and do a workshop in drama. That's the kind of energy I have. We should make a better effort if you have to train our actors and actresses, because remember, we have the Theatre Arts Program Associate degree happening in the secondary schools. Of course, the school that is on stage this afternoon is part of that program. So kudos to Ms. Bowman and her crew. That's the way we have to go. Train the children. Or are we expecting them to be future leaders, be able to come up here and speak and, in front of the crowd, to be radio announcers, journalists, lawyers, and all those, if they are not properly trained. Well, some of us can be carpenters, and so it has to be a diversity of talent that make the country move forward.
The opening ceremony featured a drama presentation by the Girls High School entitled The Cinderella Syndrome. Here is a highlight.
Does the accused know her name? Well, Mr. Wall, do you know your real name? Yes. Cinderella. My mother. What you did there when I was born?
The local cyclist Randy Wilkinson was electrocuted today at a construction site in the Mount Pleasant area of Beckway. The incident reportedly occurred around 2 this afternoon. Wilkinson was pronounced dead upon arrival at the Port Elizabeth Hospital. SVG-TV will bring more news as information comes to hand. Meanwhile, we understand that the river in the Mesopotamia burst its banks and flooded the main road in the area of the police station. Traffic reportedly had to be diverted.